I was 23 when I left Pokhara for the first time. I had never flown before, never even seen the inside of a real hotel. But I had dreams too big for the hills I came from. Dubai. It sounded rich, powerful, like a city that didn't care where you came from, only how hard you worked. So I packed 3 shirts, 1 pair of shoes, my English dictionary, and boarded a plane I never imagined I'd afford. My job? Room service in a 4-star hotel near Bur Dubai. My goal? Send money home and prove I was more than just a porter's son. But dreams don't speak English, and neither did I. The moment I walked into the staff entrance, I felt like I didn't belong. People moved too fast. The uniforms were too perfect. Everyone looked confident. And I was still wondering whether to say good morning or morning good. My manager, Mr. Saeed, didn't even ask my name. Just said, room service, start now, don't be late. He handed me a tray of cutlery and juice and pointed, 709. I nodded, afraid to speak. What if I said something wrong? What if they laughed? The first guest I met looked straight through me. No smile, no thank you, just a head nod when I handed the tray. I whispered, thank you, sir, but it came out like, thank you, sir. He didn't respond. Later that day, I tried asking a colleague where I keep dishes after room. He looked confused, laughed, and said, you mean, where should I place the dishes after room service? Then he walked away. That night, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, whispering to myself, where should I place the dishes after room service? I said it 10 times. Still didn't feel right. I began to avoid speaking. I would nod, smile, bow, let my hands do the work carry, lift, wipe, clean, because my mouth only brought shame. Once, a British guest asked me, do you have herbal tea? I said, what is herbal? She laughed, then called the reception and said, the boy doesn't understand English. Can someone else help? I stood there, still holding the tray, still holding my breath. I wanted to disappear. Everything changed when Rayhan, a Pakistani bellboy, found me crying in the storage room. He didn't ask questions. He just sat down beside me and said, you miss home? I nodded. Then he said something I'll never forget. I came here 3 years ago. I couldn't speak a word either, but I watched one English movie every night with subtitles. Then I repeated the dialogues. Slowly, it worked. That night, I downloaded Forrest Gump, watched it with English subtitles. Then again. Life is like a box of chocolates. I didn't understand the sentence, but I liked the way it sounded. Soft, slow, kind. The next week, I forced myself to speak small phrases. Sir, your food. Thank you, madam. Sorry for wait. Each word felt like a mountain, but I climbed anyway. One day, I knocked on room 805. An elderly Arab man opened the door. I said, good evening, sir. Your coffee. He looked surprised, then smiled. Thank you. You Nepali? He asked. I nodded. He gave me 20 dirhams. That was more than my entire tip the whole week. I bowed and said, thank you so much. He replied, speak more, brother. You have good face. Don't hide. The hotel was preparing for a big business event, a group of foreign guests flying in from Europe. Mr. Saeed gathered all service staff and barked out orders. No mistakes. Speak properly. Smile. Be fast. I tried to stand in the back, invisible, but he pointed at me. You, Ayman, you'll help on floor 9, VIP suites. My heart dropped. I wasn't ready. I still got nervous, saying, good evening, but I nodded. That morning, I followed orders like a robot trays. Linen, coffee, smile, repeat, until I reached suite 902. A tall European man opened the door. He looked tired and strict. Yes? He asked. I stammered, sir, I bring towels and water. He frowned. You mean I brought your towels and water? Please improve. You're in Dubai. I nodded and bowed, ashamed. He slammed the door. I returned to the pantry and leaned against the wall. I could feel the tears coming again. Tears of frustration, not weakness. That's when Leah, a Filipino girl from the front desk, walked in. She had always been kind, always spoke softly. You okay, Aman? she asked. I shook my head. I want to speak. I really do. But it's scary. I forget everything when people stare. She gave me her notebook. It had short English sentences, hotel dialogues, and even pronunciation tips. I used this when I came here 4 years ago. It helped me. Use it. Don't give up. I read that notebook every night. May I help you? Would you like water or juice? Let me assist you with that. I read them aloud, then whispered them, then repeated them while walking to work. One morning, Leah asked, "Say one thing confidently today. Just one." I nodded. He promised. Later that day, I was sent to room 1002 for a welcome tray. I knocked. A couple opened the door. I smiled and said, "Good afternoon. Welcome to our hotel. This is for you." The man said, "That's so polite. Thank you." The woman added, "Where are you from?" "Nepal," I replied. This is my first job in Dubai." She smiled. "Well, you're doing great. Keep going." When I walked back, I wasn't just carrying an empty tray. I was carrying confidence. 2 weeks later, something unbelievable happened. A VIP guest asked for a room tour, someone to explain the switches, television, controls, and view. Mr. Saeed looked around. No one was free. He said, "Aman, go, don't mess up." I froze. Leah whispered, "You've got this. Just breathe." I knocked. The guest welcomed me inside. I started slowly. "This is light switch. This controls room temperature. This is television remote. If you need help, call this button." The guest said, "Your English is very good." I smiled. "No, sir, it's still learning. But thank you." He tipped me 50 dirhams. My first big tip. That night, Mr. Saeed walked by me during closing. He didn't say much, just nodded. But that nod meant more than 100 words. Now I speak. Months passed. I kept watching movies, kept speaking, even when scared. Sometimes I still made mistakes. Sometimes guests still corrected me, but I didn't hide anymore. I started helping new Nepali boys who joined after me. I gave them Leah's old notebook. I had copied everything into mine. I told them, it's okay to struggle. Just don't stop. I now train new room service staff. Sometimes I lead morning briefings, and when I say, "Let's welcome our guests with a smile," I say it proudly because I fought for each word. One day, Leah was promoted to front desk supervisor. She hugged me and said, "You found your voice, Aman. Now use it to lift others." That night, I sat in my room, called my mother in Pokhara, and spoke in English. She didn't understand, but she cried anyway, because she could hear something else. Pride. To anyone with a heavy accent or silent tongue, people might laugh. They might ignore you. They might call you just a room boy, but they don't decide your voice. You do. Speak, even if your voice shakes. Speak broken sentences. Speak slowly, but never stop speaking, because one day, those broken words will build something unshakable. And on that day, you'll realize you weren't learning English, you were building your future.